Hey folks, Garrett here. Back again with another review. As promised in my last video, I'm going to do a review on Blazemaster. Found this guy, a couple days ago. I'm very pleased with this figure. There are not very many figures in the Revenge of the Fallen line that, outside of the characters actually in the movie, that I plan on getting. I picked up Ransack because he was a great little biplane. And I picked up this guy because I'm a sucker for heliformers. If it's a helicopter transformer, I'll usually pick it up. I don't know why, I just like them a great deal. On a side note, however, I did find a Jolt today, and nah, I'm passing on him. I mean, he was pointless in the movie, and I did not like the robot mode, I mean, the vehicle mode is not too bad. It's a fairly decent vehicle mode, but that robot mode is bad. And like I said, he's not a key player. He just shows up for a few minutes and that's it. So I passed on him. But anyways, let's get on to Blazemaster. So he's a nice gold and dark kind of navy blue with a few little white highlights. With the lettering here, Channel 7 Action News. It's got this little Autobot logo there. He is mostly molded plastic. There's not a lot of paint apps here. The paint apps primarily are the white lettering, the stabilizing rotors here, which don't spin at all, and then the black Autobot logo. And there's a little bit of gold paint here around the windows, a little bit here, and here. But they've done a very good job of matching that gold paint to the gold molded plastic, which the majority of the rest of the gold that you see is all molded plastic. And all this blue down here is molded plastic. And one thing I just noticed when I was getting ready to do this is where the molded plastics kind of meet up down here. There's a little bit of blue paint, it looks like, in here as well, but they just did a really good job of matching up the plastics and the paints, the colors. And I really like that. They put a lot of detail into this. However, well, let's continue talking about the rest. He's got blue transparent windows. There's something else I was going to say, but I'll talk about that in a second. Blue transparent windows. You can see his head in there, but it's pretty low profile. And unless you specifically point it out, you're not going to see it. We look here on the bottom. He's got landing gear. This one is static. The wheels do move, but it doesn't fold up. These two will fold up. Oops, like so. Okay. And there's, with the exception of this little bitty white strip right here, there are robot bits are all very well hidden. Let's talk about this rotor. The rotor does spin. You press this little blue lever in. It spins quite nicely. Okay. However, it's a pretty boring hunk of white plastic. There's no real detail in it. It's not painted. That's probably the only real eyesore. Not to mention this bit here looks a bit big as far as scale between the vehicle and this part here. It attaches via there's a little square peg there that goes into the little square hole here. It does not, it's not in there very securely. This one, it pops off fairly regularly. I'm being careful with it right now so it doesn't do that, but at least on this one it doesn't stay in extremely well. I forgot to mention there's this little white, I'm assuming maybe camera housing or some sort of radar housing or something on the side over here. And it's just really there for looks. It does flip up out of the way in robot mode, but it's just there for aesthetics. But a very nice helicopter. I'm very pleased with this guy. Now the robot mode is equally as cool, but before I get to the robot mode, I will tell you that the biggest negative on this character is part of his transformation. The only thing I do not like is specifically transforming his arms. Legs and chest and head, not a problem, but his arms are a huge pain. Now, I'm going to try to do some of this on camera, but if I get too frustrated, I'm going to cut and I'm going to skip ahead to the robot mode. On the directions, it does tell you to, during transformation, to fold the rotor blades up like that. However, it is impossible to keep them intact during transformation, so just take them off and set them to the side. Okay? Even without the rotors, he looks damn cool. You're going to start out up here. These little side panels are going to flip out like so. Okay? Then you're going to come back here. You're going to detach this tail section right along this little groove. Or, excuse me, this little groove. That's going to come down first. Now, in the directions, it shows you this whole bottom piece coming down, but these pieces, which are his legs, peg in very, very securely, and it's really kind of a pain to get them loose. Which is nice. It looks like maybe Hasbro's really trying to make an effort to get back to some good quality. Those two pieces are going to come down. Okay, now this bit here eventually becomes the little jetpack sort of thing on his back. These are his legs. I'm going to go ahead and fold the wheels down. You can see inside here the bottom part of his leg is going to fold down like so. Now he has the ever popular chicken leg that most of the Revenge of the Fallen figures seem to have these days. Right along here, right in the middle, right about where I guess his knee would be, that piece is going to fold back like so. Okay. Then this piece is going to fold. Let me turn it around here. There's two hinges. It's kind of double jointed. On this hinge here, it's going to come down back like that. Then on this hinge, it's going to come back this direction. Then you're going to, his foot's on a little ball joint. It comes down and around like so. Okay, so let's do the other side here. Fold out the leg. Okay, this is going to come backwards like that. This is going to come forward and backwards. Foot back up like that. There we go. Now on this, at this point, he's not fully transformed, so he's not going to stand very well. But you can see, I like these legs. Pretty dynamic. Got a lot of motion in those legs. And you'll see later, he does stand pretty well. Although the ball joints here on mine, particularly this one, is a little bit loose. May need some super glue down the road, but it's not too terrible. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the chest, but before I do that, I'm going to take this section here. I'm just going to fold it back like that, just to get it out of the way. This is the piece right here that is the most frustrating. Now, this piece is already coming apart, but what you're supposed to do is flip these pieces up off the top, and this whole panel is going to come on now. Going to kind of come out and fold down like so. Out and fold down like so. Okay. It does not say to flip these back down, but I mean, I guess you could if you want to, but it kind of gets in the way of his head.